Hello, this is an assessment of a new Feurich grand piano just come into stock. Just trying to see if there's anything we need to improve it and also to appreciate the piano. Feurich do two finishes. This one is the chrome finish, and if we look inside it's quite different and has very tasteful, and a lot of people like this finish. It's obviously something that they do that's different from most other new pianos. Also, you might notice the music desk is slatted, whereas most music desks are not. Here's the standard Feurich brass finish, which has very nice bird's eye maples. Same model piano, 179. So we've got both in stock at the moment, and that's very attractive too. Now, we specifically asked Feurich not to supply them with the LED lights that they put in front here, because if you want to pull it forward, if you're short-sighted like I am, then they impede, and they also tend, if you're not careful, to scratch the desk, the fall there. That's the LED light on a 133 upright, which is fine. It doesn't impede anything, and in fact, it's quite a nice feature to have shining onto the music. Now, the piano's made in Ningbo in China, one of the best and largest factories, but there's German hammer felt here. If we lift that up, we can see Arbel hammers made in Germany. We fit those on when we restore pianos very often, and that says made in Germany on that side there. Just been trying to refine the regulation a little bit, and I'm pressing B and C down here. C on the right is one that I've regulated, and it does travel slightly further, and also the drop screw I've adjusted a bit as well, so it stays a bit closer to the string, so that gives a little bit better repetition. Here are the two adjustments there. One is the let off or set off, and just slightly about half a turn I've turned both of those two, and we'll copy that with the rest of the piano. And there's the drop screw. I just felt they could be slightly closer. You have to be careful not to be too close. You need some margin of error, but I think there was too much margin of error, so it needs to function properly but be as close as possible at the same time. The hammers are very high quality and well voiced. As typical Arbel, you can see the way they've been stretched across the tip. That's what the fibres are stretched around the tip there. We watched an Arbel video once called From Sheep to Hammer, and we're talking about how they stretch the fibres across, and they're nice and soft down the bottom there, getting harder as you go towards the top, which is correct. And then we've just lightly voiced the end of the hammer for fine voicing. Just looking at the rollers here, the knuckles, I can't see any Teflon or talc there. Normally there's white powder, so I think we need to add that just to make the action a bit smoother. So I've added a little bit of Teflon powdering on that one. It's just actually talc, sorry, the Teflon powder container there. I've actually got talc in it, so either would do fine. Renault recommend talc, and you can see that one is whiter than the one next to it, so I'd go right across the whole action with that. So here's a summary of the work that needs to be doing. Voicing, I've marked a B on some of these that are slightly bright, so very little bit of voicing, but lubricating the rollers and knuckles was important with talc. And I was really surprised because I measured the weight before I lubricated. That's the down weight, and at 57, and we reduced the down weight to 55, and that's probably more a question of overcoming inertia rather than the actual weight, because obviously you're not reducing the weight by putting talc on it, but you are encouraging it to go down slightly smoother and quicker. So the effect of that is it feels slightly lighter. We have reduced it now to what we'd expect C to be. That was quite interesting to find that. I didn't expect that. So again, these are reduced from 55 to 44, 50 to 48. So that was very interesting. Let's compare the tone with some different pianos. First of all in the mid area, and then I won't talk too much over this. It'll be pretty obvious what we're doing. Tell you what each piano is as we go along. This is a Yamaha G2 made in 1981, slightly shorter piano, 170 centimeters long. And a young Chang 175 made in 1986.